America's ATV industry is quietly falling apart, and almost nobody outside the dealerships is talking about it. Fill in specific stat, e.g., new ATV sales are down X% over the past few years. This isn't a small dip. This is a slow-moving collapse that's been building for years, and it's about to change what riding in America even looks like. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why America's ATV industry is collapsing, who's responsible, and what it means for the next generation of riders. If you appreciate me making this type of content, let me know by gently tapping that like button. Let's get into it. All right, first up, the price problem. A basic ATV that used to cost around fill-in historical price now runs closer to fill-in current price. That's not a small increase. Manufacturers point to supply chain costs and new safety regulations, and there's some truth to that. But the honest answer is simpler. ATVs used to be a blue-collar tool and a weekend toy. Now, for a lot of working families, they're a luxury item. And when the core buyer, the person who actually built this industry, gets priced out, everything underneath that business starts to wobble. Next is the part dealers really don't want you to see. During the pandemic, demand for ATVs spiked hard, so manufacturers ramped up production to keep pace. But that demand didn't hold. Now dealerships across the country are sitting on lots full of unsold inventory, cutting prices just to free up cash flow, and in some cases, closing their doors for good. Fill in specific dealership closure example or regional stat. This inventory glut isn't just a manufacturer headache anymore, it's trickling straight down to every small-town dealership that depended on steady, predictable demand to stay open. Now let's talk about financing, because this is the piece most people miss. Most ATV buyers don't pay cash, they finance, the same way you'd finance a car. But interest rates have climbed hard over the past few years, and that changes the math completely. Fill in current average financing rate for Powersports loans. A payment that used to feel reasonable now feels out of reach, even for buyers who could easily afford the ATV itself just a few years ago. Combine that with tighter lending standards at a lot of dealerships, and you've got buyers walking away from deals they would have signed without hesitation not long ago. Quick break, check the description and the pinned comment below for helpful resources on this topic. Now back to the collapse. Here's the fourth piece, and it might be the most important one long-term. The riders who kept this industry alive for decades are getting older, and the next generation isn't stepping in to replace them the same way. A lot of younger buyers are gravitating towards side-by-sides and UTVs instead, which offer more comfort, can carry passengers, and honestly feel a lot less intimidating to a first-time buyer. Fill in specific data point on UTV versus ATV sales trend. That's not a small shift in taste. That's an entire generation quietly redefining what off-road riding even means, and traditional ATVs are getting left behind in the process. So how are manufacturers actually responding to all of this? A few ways, and none of them are great news for loyal ATV riders. Some brands are shifting production capacity toward UTVs and side-by-sides, since that's where the growth actually is. Others are consolidating dealer networks, which means fewer showrooms, longer drives for service and parts, and less competition on price in the regions that are left. Fill in example of a specific manufacturer's strategic shift or plant closure. In other words, the industry isn't trying to save the traditional ATV market, it's trying to survive by moving past it. So when you put all of that together, the pricing, the inventory crisis, the financing squeeze, the generational shift, and the manufacturers quietly pivoting away, it's not one single problem killing America's ATV industry. It's 5 separate cracks that all happen to open up at the same time, and they're reinforcing each other. Higher prices push away buyers, which leaves dealers with unsold inventory, which pressures manufacturers to change strategy, which pulls investment even further away from the traditional ATV riders who built this whole industry in the first place. Whether that's a slow decline or the start of something permanent, one thing is clear: the ATV industry Americans grew up with is not the one that's going to exist 5 years from now. And if you want to go deeper on this exact pattern playing out in another American industry, I made a video on exactly that with the Harley-Davidson dealership crisis. You can check it out by clicking right here.